Attention. This video is a record of a live stream held at twitch.tv/Corvid_communications. If you want to actively participate in chat or otherwise interact, please follow us on Twitch, and follow us on other social media sites as well. Please enjoy the following content.
Good evening, everyone. What? Oh, I see what happened. I forgot to set the, output. There we go. Welcome, everyone, to the Corvid Communications Executive Stream. I'm Calvin Cawthorn, CEO of Corvid Communications Incorporated, and as you can see, I have fixed the technological difficulties I've been having on Tuesday. I got myself a new phone that's not likely to die midstream. Also, Royce, welcome in, glad to see you. You may notice my mouth is a bit more, expressive than usual. That is because I have tweaked the settings in VBridger to see how that all works out. I actually think it'll help me be a bit more expressive. Well, that's what I'm hoping anyway. So, for tonight, I have a few announcements. Tonight, we will be playing Penumbra Black Plague because I have done a bit of soul searching and realized Penumbra is what the people have voted for. It is what the board wants. It is what the shareholders want. Therefore, it is the game I will be playing until either I beat the series or the spring rotation ends, which will be at the end of May. So, until then, we will continue. I'll probably have a whole soul-searching moment again once we hit Requiem, because that one's... I'm not sure if it really adds much to the story, if I'm being honest. But, next week, we will be having 3 streams. So, on Monday, I will be playing Phoenix Wright because, well, it's not a game that would really fit in with any of the others in my library, so it'd be kind of hard to put it into a... Yes, it'd be kind of hard to put it into one of my polls. So, on Monday night, you heard that right, we will be playing Phoenix Wright. Because I feel like we've kind of been a bit deep in the dark and the moody lately. Let's break it up a little bit. Huh? Gotcha. And then, of course, on Wednesday, we will be playing Yakuza 0. Because much like Phoenix Wright, it again doesn't really fit in with any of my other games in my library. Therefore, I have to give myself an excuse to play it. Plus, if I play it once, it can go in an unfinished business poll, meaning I can turn it into a series. And then, last but not least, this is one I want to play clearly just because I want to play it because it is a very in-character sort of game for me. We will be playing at least one round. Round isn't the proper word, is it? We will be playing Cyberpunk 2077 on Friday next week. So, that is our stream schedule. Also, 3 times actually. But yes, we'll be doing 3 streams next week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I will also have a bit of time to work on some of my other projects as well. For example, finishing up that whole Friends on the Other Side song cover I need to finish making. I've made the cover art. I have determined the sort of style I want to go for with it. I just need to actually sit down and make it. But of course, life has a tendency to be busy. But next week, it will not be... Well, it'll still be busy because I'll be working on stuff, but it won't be the same kind of busy. So, that's the plans for next week. Let's get into this game, shall we? First things first, I'm going to open the thing because, much like Penumbra Overture, this one has a little intro text that I want you all to see. Thank you, Realm of Light, for the daily sacrifice. Give me one moment. Alright. Hopefully I don't have to... Good evening, Realm of Light. I hope you are having a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining us. And of course, I need to reset the game thing because it's deciding to be dumb. Okay, Twitch Opera. Are you hearing that okay? Yeah, I think you are. There we go. There are things I need. Ah. Well, it starts in a very similar way to the first one, so I guess we'll let it slide. Although, those of you who are familiar with Penumbra Overture may remember this as the sort of, I'm gonna turn that down a little bit, because at least on my end, it's kind of loud. Yeah, kind of loud. Okay, looks like I'll have to use Volume Mixer because the game will not let me actually adjust it. Inside the game itself, anyway. Volume Mixer, Volume Mixer. There we go. And the best part is, that doesn't make it quieter on your end, it just means I'm not going to blast out my eardrums. Just like nature intended. Okay. So, this is a different rendition of the first game's title theme. This theme goes throughout the entire Penumbra series. And yes, it is the same basic tune, but it has slight changes, slightly different moods. Like, for example, the first one is kind of moody. I mean, they're all kind of moody, but that one's a bit more melancholy. More sad. Whereas this version sounds a bit ominous and foreboding. Alright, let's start this show, shall we? And one thing I also remember from this game compared to the previous. You don't get a weapon, so there is nothing you can do to kill the monsters in this one. Welcome to the Penumbra Black Plague tutorial. Here you will learn the skills you need to survive the ominous world of Black Plague. Meldaborn, thank you for the daily sacrifice. Let's start with the basics. You can move around by pressing WASD. You can also look around and turn by moving your mouse. If you need to move faster, you can hold down left shift to run instead of walking. Thankfully, this game does not give you a stamina bar. Let's try something else. See that crate over there? Use the space button to jump on top of it. Yep. Let me free, let me free. I played the first one, I know how this works. This is not a coffin, this is a chest. There is a difference, game. Now fetch the box and put it in the coffin to complete this lesson. It's a chest, it's not a coffin. A coffin is like a chest, but it can fit a body in it.
Am I a coffin?
If the box has a body in it, it has become a coffin. You know what, Meldaborn? You're not wrong. Are you saying that because you carried our son inside you? Also, for those of you who may be new here, because I know we had a lot of new people come in last week. For those of you who may be watching, the voice you are hearing in the background is my wife, that is Mrs. Cawthorn. Alright, pick up bottle. Chemical A, chemical B. Let's try to combine these items. But yeah, if the box has a body in it, technically it doesn't come. You very seldom have any way of attacking hostile creatures. Start by crouching. When this is done, pressing left control. You know, I liked how that kind of eased me into it. While moving out of the light and crouching until you see a blue glow appear on the scene. This means that you are concealed in the darkness. You must stay perfectly still for a few seconds with the blue glow on screen and you will go into hiding. While hiding, your eyes will adapt to the darkness, providing better vision and making it harder for enemies to spot you. I'm invisible. Beware though, staring at an enemy too long might make you panic a bit. That concludes the tutorial. We hope you have a good time playing Penumbra Black Plague. I will say this. I believe the story is a little bit deeper in this. Let's do normal.
Without this knowledge, without this foundation, you could not have the will to do what I must now ask of you.
Well, what are you asking of me?
I followed my father to the Greenland wastes to uncover his secrets.
Boo-boo, you don't want to
I didn't know how
choke right
far
now.
I was willing to go.
Hey, buddy.
I found a disused mining shaft and took shelter.
Stealth 100, blue screen edition.
To know how desperate I was.
Yes, blue screen does not mean your computer's broken. Blue screen means you're stealthed.
Fears and mysteries, and aided by a madman.
It's the secret way of going into, what's it, incognito mode?
Separated my best friend. I wanted to die.
Yeah. This kind of gives you a recap of what happened in the last game.
I ventured boldly onwards and was struck down by my own heroics. You have to know how stupid I
Boo-boo.
was.
Stop.
All
What's
of
going on over
these things,
there?
so human, so perfect, and yet still I fail to do what I must now ask of you.
Okay, you have still not said what you need to ask, what you were asking of me. You have done that in the previous game, too. What is it you want me to do? These are questions that cannot remain unanswered. Oh, Rebel. Oh no! Gremlin mode has been activated. I need to make some adjustments, looks like. Okay, let's fix that. Hi. You have activated Gremlin Cawthorn. Yes, small thorn. Very small thorn. Surprisingly, except for jacket toggle, has mostly the same toggles as my normal model. You can thank Loading Delayed for that one. She has made all of my models.
She is amazing.
She is amazing. All right. We're now in a very dirty concrete area. Yes.
You need Congress?
Also, did you just add fangs to your model? They've actually always been there. Like, they aren't necessarily fangs. It's more like, my human form has naturally pointy canines. As, you know, some people are wont to do. Okay. Being passed out on that thing was bad enough. I'm not about to go back for seconds. Looking at the stains on this mattress, Mr. Game Protagonist, I agree with you. It's locked. Directions and guidelines for emergencies. Not much use now. No, indeed, they aren't. Alright. Nothing in here. Glow stick. Should be useful. What is that noise? I'm hearing like... Alright. There's a note in there, but I just gotta know. I know how, like, the start of this game goes. My memory is not that bad. Most of the time, anyway. Okay. So, note. Oh, this sounds ominous.
Between light and shadow exists an entire world. That world is necessarily our own. Get out now. Oh.
Who is O? Scrap of paper. That is the most worthless note I have found in all of these games, I think. Oh, I should probably turn interact mode off. An old coin, not sure what country it's from. Various paper clippings, a recipe for French toast, some sort of article covering a carnival in Reno, and what I think is a stock market review from 1989. Okay, it's not a carnival, it is Carnival. It is a specific holiday. It is the Carnival. I have never actually been to Brazil, nor am I Brazilian at all, but I'm familiar enough with Brazilian culture to know that that's a thing. I can't get in there. I should make some... Okay, so I gotta turn it the other way. It'd be really helpful if this thing actually, like, compressed a bit. There we go. Alright. Yeah, this game uses a lot of physics puzzles, and for those sharp-eyed viewers who've played games like Amnesia, this was made by the same people who made Amnesia. Okay. I'm gonna take a wild guess. Alright. I'm gonna go check on my son real fast. I will be right back. Hello, boo-boo. Are you on time? On time? Or not. Alright. Sorry about that. I am back. You okay? Those are some loud hiccups. Alright. Hope this coin isn't valuable. To be fair, I think currently we've got bigger things to worry about than if the coin is valuable. We need to figure out where the heck we are. Not much, but I guess this hole is my only way out of this hellhole. Oh, look, we are invisible. This kind of bothers me. Shouldn't we, like, try to close it behind us? Because, I mean, if we're imprisoned here, wouldn't the people who have us captured notice the... May 2001. I wasn't sure how long I'd been out, but my head still hurt. Either it hadn't been long, or they hit me really hard. Could be both, really. I didn't have a clue what was going on, and all of a sudden I really didn't care. I was getting out. But yeah, my personal thought would be cover up the grate, because I would think, if you're imprisoned, then, you know, stuff. Alright. What is that? It looks like some sort of medical experiment. I think we have officially hit Resident Evil shit.
Salvation.
Salvation? Mine or someone else's? Could be both. Both is good. Oh, look. A rock. Looks like someone intentionally tried to block this way. They did a pretty good job, too. Well, it looks like there's some property damage here. Doubt we can make a useful investment out of it here at Corvid Communications. Ooh, flare. We've got to go through this game with flare. Fadio Raid? Doctor... A functioning soda machine. Come to think of it, I wouldn't mind a drink. Hope this coin isn't valuable. No, we bought a thing with it. Soda can. Probably the only time we'll be able to purchase anything in these games. It's a can of soda. Not my favorite flavor, but sweet enough. Still ice cold. As all soda must be. Oh no. Is this the prequel to Only Cans? Is this how the cans got all weird? They were in some sick experiment?
You know, that's how they never care about temperature. You want it warm.
I don't want it warm, I just don't want ice watering it down. Well, I guess you got my last note. We're through the thick of it now. If you, like me, have just escaped into the ventilation, we shouldn't be far from the stronghold set up in the mess hall. Should be safe there. I've been marking my route. If you follow that, you should be fine. Almost home and dry now. I heard Howard's been working on a cure. Maybe we can beat this thing after all. Maybe when I get back, we'll be able to sort everything out. And by the time you make it through, you'll be just in time for tea and medals. Maybe even some hot chocolate. How about that? I can't wait. I love hot chocolate. I think we're getting a little off topic here. Cure for what? Neil Oswald, Chief Chemist. Careful of the mess hall security. I designed it myself. It's sensitive to organic material. That kind of implies he's not organic material. Alright, watch your step. It's collapsed. Oh god, the voices are back! Batteries. Batteries for a flashlight I don't have. It's blocked up. Alright, watch your steps. Figure something bad would happen if I didn't do that. Alright. Now remember the controls. We're gonna make bridge. Firmly grasp it. Okay. Firmly grasp it. Okay. Firmly grasp it. Well, that's less than ideal. Yes, I meant grasp instead of grasp. Firmly grasp it. Okay. Get it about here, I think. Nope, not quite. Maybe if I, like, start from this end and move it closer. Oh, that did it. Oh, turn interact mode off. I think that stuff might be cold enough to kill me. I've jotted down a note, just in case. Freezer. That's one door I don't mind being locked. Me too, Mr. Person. Me too. I know, like, the info things say it's like...
You don't throw your toys at mom.
the thermostat controlling the amount of coolant running through these pipes. Can of soda. The cold can is dropping the thermostat right now. And also, did you see how green that meat was? Now, I may not be a professional food handler. Actually, I did have a food handler's card at one point. It just lapsed. But that meat did not look safe to consume. Also, I've been Gremlin Cawthorn long enough. I think I shall return back to my normal state.
Carlito is waiting for you in the mess hall with insert today's specials here. A happy worker is an efficient worker, and only efficient workers will be fed.
Is someone in HR writing this down right now? That is great company policy. Only efficient workers get fed. It's great. It's great. It's perfect. Okay, still need to adjust the model a little bit, looks like. To be honest, I had actually forgotten about the Gremlin mode toggle. In fact, with the way OBS updates have been going with some of my stuff, I was actually pretty sure it wouldn't work. Glad to know I was wrong. But yes, if you'll look, Realm of Light, I have elongated canines on all of my models. They are not fangs. That could be me if I don't get out of here soon. The name tag sales Neil Oswald, Chief Chemist. Well... Oh, I see. It was just hard to tell at the Yeah, that's fair. That's partially why I tried to adjust my mouth movements a little bit, as far as the mouth multiplier in V-Bridger, so that that's a bit more clear. See? But still, Neil Oswald, that was the guy who wrote the previous note. I guess he didn't take his own advice. He did not get his hot chocolate after all. Oh well, more for us.
Are you bringing me some ice cream?
Patient notes. Darren Gray. Sex. Mayo. Nationality. Australia. Role excavation team. First symptom. Patient reported mild disorientation and was asked to lie down. Mild sedatives administered. Hour 3. Patient develops a rash on his neck. Possible infection entry point. 2 out of 3 full symptoms manifested. Deja vu. Patient reports that he has already undergone standard tests, when I am the only one who could have administered them. Paranoia. Said testing is abhorrent to the patient. I have no doubt that the third symptom, oral distortion, will take hold within the next 30 minutes. Abnormal noises, even disembodied voices, and alternate personalities are commonly reported in other infected staff. Hour 6. Patient secured as per archaic standard. Procedure. Bolted the bastard down myself. We can't protect ourselves from infection, but we can take precautions with the infected. Hour 7. Patient pronounced expired by common consent of all those present. Expiration was caused by an overdose of insulin. I administered the dose myself at 6:12 a.m. A.m. I'm presuming because this seems like the sort of place that goes off of military time. Death did not occur for a further 13 minutes, 3 times the expected figure. I wonder to what extent Gray could still be considered a man. Well, he's not anymore because he killed him. You know, that's a thing you did. It's too far away. So far away. So far away.
What happened to your teeth?
Jump. Okay. Poker tour, Friday night. Poker tour? A message board full of scratch marks. Oh. Only trusted blood will get through. My blood is trusty. I mean, it's kept me alive for how long?
Too
In this
long,
game?
you fart.
It's kept me alive for 30 years. Today's...
Keep the impure out.
Well, that's just rude.
You smell like barbecue sauce, boo-boo.
To be fair, he did use some more barbecue sauce in it. So we're just going in the place with the door just smashed? Totally makes sense. Unfortunately, it seems like it's the way we're trying to go, because this is clearly a puzzle. Loading delayed, welcome in. I hope you're doing wonderfully today. We are playing Penumbra. Also, I got to show off the chibi model you made for me. Someone finally redeemed Gremlin mode.
Hey, boo-boo. Stop.
Alright.
Suffocation and
Lil Grin. Yes, Lil Grin. Alright. So we're going in here now, apparently. Okay, guys, we have... Okay, dear chat and shareholders, we have made it to... Tape recorder seems important. Alcohol. Cassette. Flashlight. How is it that I have a I've collected so many batteries, but I've collected no flashlight. Dated 1994. Hurricane John still rages in the Pacific and has become the longest-lasting tropical cyclone ever recorded. Interesting.
Why are your hands so cold? Why?
Because he ate cold food.
Why? Why?
It's locked. Oh, look. Blood. This certainly is not ominous. It won't budge. No way I'll be able to pry this one open with my bare hands. It has the name Elof written on it.
Elon? Nothing.
No, Elof. With an F.
Like Elon?
F is for friends who do stuff together.
You is unusual.
Alright. An old cassette player with a recorder with a mic. It's an old artifact. Touch the old artifact. We've clearly seen nothing goes wrong when you touch these. These things are everywhere. There's still a part of me that's
Boo-boo?
in there. Something that's drawing me in. Alright, I'm assuming we put the cassette player in here. Click!
My name, Elof Carpenter. Rank, elevated. Status, Code C, imprisoned. Observing the turn-gat movement, I predict that it will be my cell they visit next. To my knowledge, I am the last remaining member of the elevated at this facility, and so it falls upon me to ensure that Xeno protocol is not compromised. For that reason, the board here is the only way discovered to neutralize the viral threat. The species
Betty. Crank your pants.
I do believe we just heard someone die. I also believe we're about to hear some stuff.
Boo-boo, do not climb that. Boo-boo, stop.
Well, that worked. Yank. And now, it won't budge. Oh, look. Hi, buddy. And if I know anything about this game, it's block any doors you find. Why? Thank you, White Wolf of Rivia, for your continuing subscription. We very much appreciate it. Syringe. Painkillers. Hey boss, it's been an awesome 3 months at Corporate Communications. Hopefully I'll be able to stay for longer. We hope that too. I think we have successfully hit. I am concealed.
Boo-boo, stop. Babe, what is he doing?
He's trying to read for books in there.
I thought you said you removed them.
I put him up.
Obviously not well enough.
Run! Run from the zombie! I have been well. Hi, buddy. Oh. Ow. We escaped the monster just to get blown up by a laser. Very, very Huh? As you do, yeah. Alright. Alright, let's see what to do here. Can I make a sort of bridge? Yep, those lasers are new. Just a moment. I think he might. Here at Corporate Communications, we value the work that you give us each and every time you come into work. As such, we would like to advise you on how to best utilize your time here at work. That way, both you and the company get the most benefit from your time here. At work, you need not be running around like a chicken with its head cut off, unsure of where you're supposed to be at any given time. Here are some tips to assist you and help you fulfill your purpose here at Corvid Communications. As mentioned in our presentation on attendance, we expect you to be at your desk and clocked in precisely when your shift is scheduled to begin, no earlier and no later. We will not pay any overtime that accrues from your clocking in early. Your time card will be adjusted accordingly. In addition to your timeliness, you are accountable to your direct supervisor on how you perform your daily tasks. At the beginning of your day, you will be issued a list of tasks that need to be done that day by your supervisor. The first thing you must do after clocking in is create a daily plan for how you are to go about getting each task done. The daily plan must have the following items. All tasks assigned to you for the day, with an accurate estimate of how much time it will take to complete each one. Allocated time for mandatory breaks. Depending on the individual employee's clearance level, an employee may be allowed to schedule non-mandatory breaks as well. Any plans that the employee may have after working hours, including sleep and meals. Any scheduled sick time. Brief reminder. Due to recent changes in our PTO policy, sick time must be put in for at least a year in advance and require a doctor's note in order to be approved. You will then submit this plan to your immediate superior and await approval, which may take up to 30 minutes depending on the size of your team. After your daily plan has been approved, you must go about your daily tasks according to your schedule while ensuring each task is fully completed before moving on. Any task left incomplete when moving on to another task will result in the responsible party being written up. If any tasks take longer than you have accounted for, this will result in extra time spent being deducted from your pay. This includes any sudden overtime tasks your supervisor has you perform, as well as time spent waiting on approval of your plan for the day. If your supervisor calls you, No, White Wolf, that was my end. I forgot to turn my mic back on after coming back from intermission. But yeah, you know what's really funny about that whole laser installation? The dude whose blood we got, who clearly died to the laser, yeah, he died to the laser and he's the one who built it. He put the lasers in. You're too late. Sorry. We packed up and left today. It's been 6 months since we established this stronghold and a year since we released the Turngate virus. Clearly, there's no one coming to rescue us. We took a vote and decided to head for the old mine shafts this installation was built over, right towards the start of the Troubles. One of the scientists got out that way. We haven't heard back from him, but you never know. The vote was 8-3 in favor. Anyone returning to this point, I suggest you do the same. There couldn't be more than a few more survivors out there. Even now, and more of our number are disappearing, losing it, or getting infected. You can make it out via the sewers, then to the shafts. Eventually, we'll all have to find a way up and through the ice. We may yet die of cold, but it's better than what happened to Gray. The only person that may still be out there is Howard, kind of our leader. He left base a few weeks ago. That's part of what led us to this. He'd converted the kitchen into an office and was translating some old texts when he claimed to have found a way to counteract the disease. I guess he didn't make it. Annabelle Carlito, sous chef. Talk about a massive foobar on the creator's end. Yes. But, yeah, I can see how it would give you those vibes. I have not actually played Alien Isolation myself, but this is actually the sequel to that first Penumbra game we played. Directly, as in, this happens immediately after the first game. Not like there's a time gap. This happens just after. Apparently this door is controlled from a remote location. However, it says that it does open in the event of an emergency. Sure is locked tight. So, only way through? I'm guessing we need to do something to smash this. Drainage of sorts. Is there anything I can do? What am I thinking? Gasoline. Oh, I get it. I get it. We need to light this. And for that, we need to get this here. Perfect. Huh, first time I see a sequel that happens moments after the first one ends. I actually rather like it. Okay, we've opened this one. Says get out through the sewer. Tasty flakes. They're yummy. Supposedly, anyway. It's jammed. It won't open, no visible lock. Access control is probably somewhere. Oh, we've got an ad break starting in about 5 minutes. Lovely. Okay, we got an office. First, let's see what's in the fridge. Ooh, ketchup. More ketchup. Any more ketchup? Anything of importance? No, I'm not one to talk about my experiences with religion growing up, but this kitchen reminds me very much of the kitchens in the church I used to attend growing up. Like, the appliances look about the same, and the cabinets look like they are absolute shit quality. Okay, there was nothing of value in here. Boo. An unpleasant odor is coming from the drain. Documents and articles, mostly to do with ancient languages and translations. A timeline of events. I copied the text on the screen into my notebook. Well, let's read what it says. But yeah, this happens moments after the first one, which I think is kind of nice because they literally called that one, the first game, episode 1 at the end of it. So it's kind of neat. Alright, 1910, Northwestern Leadmine opened. 17th of August 1930, University of Copenhagen research suggests high local suicide rates may be due to chemical deposits in the mine. For me, it gives me more abandoned house than possibly haunted vibes. Yeah, this game is not necessarily about, say... It kind of treats the supernatural in a similar way to H.P. Lovecraft in that it's more sci-fi than it is supernatural horror, if that makes sense. 14th of August, 1945, World War II ends. 15th of August, 1945, commanding officer files report on ancient artifact discovered during routine maintenance. 1952, Northwestern lead mine shut down. 1954, new lead and iron operations opened on site of old mine. 1969, malformed local fauna prompts assignment of Dr. J. Peters to the iron mine. Dr. Peters discovers a normally large species of gray rockworm. 21st of August, 1972. Accident involving large-scale death caused entire mining operation to be shut down. Many bodies are never recovered. 19th January 1973. Archaic becomes aware of events in Greenland. April 1st, 1973. Construction begins on Shelter Research Station on site of abandoned Northwest Iron Mine. 1975. Shelter construction complete. Key members include Overseer Bren Stafferson, chemist Troy Ritonesk, and translator Howard Lefrisk. 1990. Shelter operations expand to secondary excavation sites, including Site B, Water Cave. 12 September 1991. Troy Rotenesk replaced by Neil Oswald as attending chemist at Site B. 6th of January 1992. Substance 63 and Artifact 66B discovered at Site B. 20th of February 1992. Site B closed due to hostile local fauna. 3rd March 2000. Primary excavation uncovers Turngate Tomb. Excavation continued despite protests of Howard Lefresque. 27th April 2000. Investigation of Turngate Tomb scheduled by Chief Overseer Wilbur Frisk. Or is being lived in by a murderer vibes. Considering, I think most of that is just because of how old all this stuff is. Like, all this stuff has been here for ages. Also, we have an ad break coming in about a minute. Drop. 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 I'm just trying not to actually do anything serious until the ad break ends because I just gave you all a bit of an intermission, so I'm not trying to continue it for a bit. Ooh, Tasty Flakes has 2 whole thingamabobbers. Alright, ad starts in 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, well, guess I'll just spend some time breaking plates then. Best use of our time. Guaranteed. Strange artifact? I'm not sure what this is. Weird statue. It almost looks like a collector's item. Never seen that before. Batteries. Anything else breakable in here? There's plenty throwable, but is there anything I can break? After all, smashing glass is actually very therapeutic. Also, they said they've been stuck here for like 6 months. That's gotta be rough. Really, really, really rough. Okay, so we got 2 things of Tasty Flakes. Yes, I am sorry for the inconvenience, as always. Thought I could, like, manipulate stuff with my hands or something. You know what? While we're waiting, I'm going to talk about some So I've been getting into horror podcasts every now and again when I'm not able to, like, watch streams or anything at work. I've actually been re-listening to Welcome to Night Vale, which is actually one of my inspirations, believe it or not. And, seeing the Tasty Flake things kind of reminded me of the episode I ended on today was literally something about flaky O's or something like that. It's a broken fridge, filthy with grease from years of abuse. Clearly, no one here was a food handler. Ever. In their life. Alright. Ad break ends in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. That's a really large sprinkler system. There's blood on this table. All good things. I believe that's the master switch for the power. But the power no work. You know, I would not want my shoes to touch whatever's on this stove. Filthy with grease. Also, I wonder what finding this thing was for. Can I drop it? No, I can't drop it. It also made a weird noise when I clicked it. It made a little blip blip. So I don't know what that was about. Also, I should probably get a drink of my water here while I wait for the ad break to end. Also, according to my little counter thing, which I'm pretty sure is short by a few, I've been streaming for about 231 times. Welcome back, everyone. Hopefully the ads didn't bother you too greatly. Now that that's over, touch the artifact. There's something reassuring about that feeling, like I've got one less thing to worry about. CD-ROM drive. The CD slid in perfectly. I should be able to read it now. Research text. My research has uncovered something fascinating. Time and time again, I warned Overseer Frisk that I needed time to perform the full textual analysis before my translation could be considered complete. He went ahead with the excavation anyway, and now he's paid the price. This facility's security level is high enough that no trace of it exists beyond the confines of these walls. Not even the archaic central cast have records of its location. In fact, the only link to this place in the outside world is the notes I left behind many years ago. However, since the virus was released over 1 year ago, no rescue attempts have been made. Not one person has tried to enter the facility. Just before the virus was released, I sent a message outside to someone I could trust. I can only assume that my son Philip has received the note and done as I asked. No matter what happens down there, at least I can rest easy knowing no trace remains of this place, that these secrets will stay buried here. If this is Howard's the father we're looking for, then we are clearly Philip and our last name is LeFrisk. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that wrong since I do not speak a lick of French. But yeah, buried. No one's entered the facility. Right. Right. Well, I've learned over the years never to put too much weight. Oh. Azray90, thank you for the follow. That you have joined the ranks of the Corvid Communication shareholders. If you are not familiar, I am Calvin Cawthorne, CEO of Corporate Communications Incorporated. Welcome. Alright, I've learned over the years never to put too much weight on any one discovery, but the information I now hold is vital to not just our survival, but to the future of our species. First thing in the morning, I intend to call on volunteers to set out into the infected area of the shelter. No one will come, but I shall ask all the same. Yeah, actually, Penumbra is the first horror game I've ever played, believe it or not. I remember first playing it at a sleepover with a friend back in, I want to say, the 8th or 9th grade. So I'm kind of playing it both because I like the story of the series. It's one of Frictional Games' first games, you know, the folks who made Amnesia. And it's just, it is a game that I think is very underrated. Alright. No one will come, but I shall ask all the same. I'll make a move for the library research station first, then it's all unknown variables. After that, I shall simply have to put faith in this discovery. If I'm wrong about this, I will barely make it through residential. To think I left my family for this place, for this organization, which is more horrible, that I sacrificed something so dear, or that I do not regret it for a second. I'd say the latter, personally, because look at what all it led to. Howard Levresque, Chief Translator. Also, you say, quote-unquote, you could trust your... You sent it to someone you could trust, and you could only assume that me, Philip, your son, Philip is the person we're playing as, to destroy the documents in spite of the fact that he's never met you. Like, really? You wouldn't think just getting a letter from your dead dad somewhere wouldn't just lead to them investigating? Like, I mean, come on. Alright. CD-ROM drive. I copied the comments of the note from my notebook.
Welcome to Shelter Research Station, Greenland.
Ooh.
Shelter is an almost entirely self-sufficient installation built in the 70s to further serve the purposes of the archaic elevated caste in their pursuit and defense of ancient knowledge. As a new member of the facility, there are some basic rules you should be aware of in order to be useful to the archaic. Shelter provides living facilities, including a mess hall, gymnasium, and...
Gotta get those gains while doing science, dude.
Array of laboratories, chemical and biological, workstations, excavation equipment, and security. Please use the former at your leisure, but expect to be assigned to the latter with a moment's notice. Second, due to the nature of our work here, should you feel in any way ill, lightheaded, or otherwise mentally incapacitated, do not report to the medical facility. Fasten yourself securely to whatever solid object may be available, attempt to seal all connecting doors, and await retrieval by our trained professionals. In a worst-case scenario, be prepared to swallow your personal cyanide capsule, which will be issued after this briefing. The Archaic hates to lose its treasured staff, but it may be for the good of the operation. We know you will enjoy your work with us.
Okay, so... This place is a cult, and considering it's made in the 70s, which was just barely after the 60s, I am willing to imagine drugs may have been involved in the foundation of this facility. Alright, introduction text. Okay, so this one's just a rehash of the training video earlier. Oh, by the way, Azray, if you want to watch the rest of my playthrough of this so far, I will go ahead and post my YouTube link right here, because actually I have played through Penumbra Overture earlier. So if you look through my channel, yeah, who doesn't want to swallow a cyanide pill? Exactly. Also, how would you bind yourself to the nearest solid object without you being able to actually get a way out? That is the question I want to ask. Like, I feel like that's kind of a countermeasure here. It should be ask the nearest person to tie you to the nearest solid object and have them evacuate. But yeah, I've played through Penumbra Overture. In fact, I think I finished it either last week or the week before. But yeah, there's a playlist of my Yeah, you watch it on your own. Watch it when you get the chance. Alright, password changes. Door... Is there any, like... Howard, my father. He might still be alive after all. Are there any numbers on this door? It doesn't look like it. But yeah, go ahead and look through them. I actually keep a complete log of my entire... basically my entire streaming history. All of my VODs are on there because Twitch doesn't hang on to them forever. Okay. 4167. Let's try that one first. Oh, 236 is the one that's locked. Okay, 236, 1167. 1167. Door unlocked. And let's save before continuing, because saving before Did I toggle my... Oh, I did it myself, that's why. Just a moment. There we go. I may never get used to that. Sometimes I forget that my numpad is linked to my, toggles, so sometimes I'll accidentally activate my toggles without anyone, so I was like, oh, why do I have a robe? Alright. This... Oh, a ladder. Alright. Down into the depths of madness we go. This passage caved in long ago. I'm not going down there without a more reliable source of light. You mean like this? The glow stick is your most reliable source of light, my dude. Seriously, I find the glow stick in this game way more useful because it lets you kind of see more what's around you. Alright. Batteries. Is there gonna be a flashlight? Oh, hey, a flashlight! We had it all along. Now those battery collections make sense. Seriously though, in any of these Penumbra games I've played, I have never once used the flashlight. I've pretty much always relied on the glow stick. Partially because I like the cool green light. Alright. I won't be able to get through here. You know, you could try... The sewer seemed like the only route out, but it wasn't out I wanted anymore. My father had found something. I needed to know what. Without that, everything would have been for nothing. No going back this way. Kind of a trend in these games. We reach somewhere and there's no way to get back. Alright. Raise the bridge. Raise the bridge. Hey. Oh no, we're tripping. We are tripping, my dear chat. Oh look, we're back on this. So much time has passed since I played those games. My worst experience was in a warehouse or something like that. I couldn't hide. I can't remember which Penumbra that was. Well, there's about 3 games to choose from, so could very well be any of them. Although warehouse sounds more like it's like from the first one, I'd want to say. A locked chest. It's a perfect picture of this room, almost. Oh, that's right. That's right, that's right, that's right. Okay, first off, need the chair out of the picture. Need the chest moved. Where's the bucket? There is no bucket. Move this. I really don't believe this chest is that heavy. Alright, let's drag you out a bit. Alright. Can I shift it? I need to get this thing straight. There we go. Okay, if I put this against here, pull this out, push it against there again. Nope, that's not working. Push this against here again. Come on. Come on. I'm hoping it doesn't need to be like picture perfect. Okay, what am I missing here? There, second barrel needs to go over here. I hope the game will settle for good enough, because perfect with these physics engines is kind of hard. Alright. Okay. Need to be like... The dream... That's a dream, if I remember correctly. I maybe... No, it definitely is. I just don't remember exactly when... Oh, I need to put the soup can on the shelf. Campbell's Chicken Noodle Possibilities. No order without chaos. Oh, it's red now. A picture of, I don't know, eggs? Okay. But... Oh, I need to put it on the thing here, I'm presuming. Yep. The surface is slippery with a leathery texture. Oh, good, spiders. Yeah, I think at this point it's a dream. Sacrifice. It's rotting, crawling with maggots. Oh, we are going into the warp, friends. Judging by the way things are going so far, I'm gonna say probably the realm of Nurgle. The hand is warm to the touch. I'd come cook some marshmallows over that fire. I would too. It's just like Red wanted. Oh, I need to do these in a specific order, don't I? So we'll see which one stays up first, because there's about 4. Okay, that one stays up. Okay, so this one's first. Second. I'm gonna take a wild guess here. Third. Nope. Okay, first. Oh, come on, I didn't even lift that one. Or just time traveled. Could be time travel. Although I don't know why we're implanting hands that cast fireball into walls. Seems like a bad use of a D&D wizard to me. Warm in here. I need to get this door open. It's the only way to go. Can I open this one? Oh. some oddly placed barrels. Okay. Barrels. And then yellow, I'm going to presume. Do I need to have one on each color? Oh, maybe one here. Oh, that corresponds. A noose, books, red. Okay, so those match here. So that means here, I think. I was gonna say you might need to kick the door, but that works too. Okay. Those down there. 2, 2, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Books, noose, red. Do I need this hand to grab or something? Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3. It's not possible. But there's gotta be like a hint or something, because I know these barrels need to be placed on these circles. But what is the sequence? That's not perfect shape. Okay. Move this one here, I think. 4. Then there's gonna be 3. Okay, that's stuck. Oh, thank you for the daily sacrifice, White Wolf. Always glad to have you stop by. Move one off, maybe. Okay. It's a little more congruous, but still not right. What do I do here? Door's locked. Some form of Arabic. Color coding. But they're all different colors. What does mean? Oh, maybe it's where the hands are. Where is the third hand, though? I see no third hand. Unless it's on the ceiling. Or it's supposed to be in front of the noose. What are the rules? What are the rules? Because these look like they're reaching for barrels. Oh. There's the third hand. But it's stuck in the... Why are the hands here, then? If they're not, like, telling me where to go. I mean, I'm a bit stumped. I may need to look this one up. For real, though. Because I can't do anything to these hands. Noose. Books. Red. So they're just here? Alright. I'm going to look this one up, because I think I am well and truly stumped. So, I will give me one moment. Okay. On mine, they were when green and yellow mixed. Green and yellow mixed? Ah. Okay. Okay, so these two are right next to each other, alright? For green and yellow mixed. That is a green, that is a green. Oh. Okay. So it's where the noose is on fire. Three barrels on the... Okay, so that one's correct. Started burning. So will it burn brighter? So that one's out. So that one is correct. So that one's right. So watch the fire. So it burns brighter on this one. So then that means we just need to find the last one. Oh, this place is ours. We did it, chat. Oh look, we get to swim in blood. Hooray. Hooray! Swimming in blood, just like I've always wanted. You know, this is actually the farthest I've reached in this particular game on my own. GG? Yeah, I did it. Oh. Red, I'm so sorry. Are you happier now? Okay, so I gotta swim in blood to flip this switch. We are here. How do I get through? Oh, that's how. We did it! We made it through the dream puzzle.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Sure.
What am I doing here? Who am I?
I don't know.
Why can't I hear their voices?
Who?
Well, thanks for the help. I'm having an existential nightmare and you can't even say a word.
Does he kind of sound a little like Gilbert Godfrey to you? Okay, I can swim. Oh, after that, maybe the scary play. Scary play? What scary play, Azray? Are you talking about the King in Yellow? I think my buddy Royce mentioned he finished that recently, actually. Okay, turns out you can in fact drown, only swim for so long in this game. Lol, let's find out. Philip, are you struggling to swim? Alright, let's keep going. Alright, jump. We made it. Hopefully there was nothing we actually needed down in the water. Okay. So now we just need to build a ladder out of here. Okay. Oh, cool. Creepy hallway. Always a creepy hallway in this game. Batteries. Didn't use them too much in the last day. I think I can do without going back into the sewers. Considering we just had to take a sewer swim, I would agree with that. I could really use a shower. Judging from the smell, I'd say the piping isn't working. I've had better days. I like the peaceful music. It almost makes me forget the nightmare we just went through. See book? This TV is in poor condition, but does it work? Apart from some dust-covered books, the shelf is empty. The mattress smells just marginally better than the rest. No comments about the chair? Seriously, dude, have you not been sitting down this whole time? Like, although the fuse box is rusty and worn, it seems to be working. Alright. Traditional art, the only kind I really know how to appreciate. A chart of some kind. Well, time to touch the glowy relic. Nothing bad ever happens with this. Every time it's harder to pull out. Every time I feel more of myself inside. It won't start. I don't think it has any power. Oh, did I just mouse off? I did. I did accidentally apparently mouse off of the game. Sorry about that, chat. Alright. Lights. Still no shower. But hey, at least there's lights in here now. Is there anything behind the bookcase? Looks to be no. Alright. Oh, hey! Incoming video chat. Answer!
Wow, you look like you've crawled through a sewer to get here.
Well, I kinda did.
I'm flattered. Hi, I'm Amabel Swanson, and...
Aren't you the sous chef?
I'll be your guide for the day. Hello? Can you hear me? I think the transmission's only one way. I've got a webcam. Pull a silly face if you can hear me. Oh, very attractive. Okay, we're on. There's some things you need to know.
Sure. Whatever you say, lady.
We released a virus. It wiped us out. 3 weeks ago, we tried to get out through the mines, but it didn't work the way we'd planned. I think one of the Inuit workers made it, but others were taken. Some panicked and got lost. I ran, and when I stopped, I was on my own. Oh, and another symptom is déjà vu. The only chance we have is a man called Howard. He said he'd found a solution to the virus. His vitals last registered in the library, but only members of the organization have access.
What organization?
I've seen a few life signs in the residential quarter. You need to find a survivor and get through into the library. Oh, and look out for our medical guy, Richard Eminis. He was acting strangely when I last saw
He's
him.
probably dead.
What else don't you know? Let's see. Watch out for signs of infection.
Present and accounted for.
Did you say something? Look, the symptoms we know about are paranoia and oral distortion. Oh, and another symptom is deja vu.
We heard that already. We heard the deja vu already.
My sides are splitting.
Well, I think that's everything you need to know. I'm sending over some research on the virus, and I'll get some doors open for you. Maybe now we can shoot the shit.
You decided not to shoot the shit, apparently. Recent research. Turngate virus field notes. Amabel Swanson. Infection progress. Process. The worst thing about my job. Death helps us learn. Time... Actually, wait. I have a voice for this. Let me just make sure I got voice mod open so I can actually see what I'm doing, because I can't always remember what key it is. Okay, so it's 8, number 8. All right.
Turngate virus field notes. Amabel Swanson. Infection process. The worst thing about my job. Death helps us learn. Time frame 5 weeks. Location? Holed up in the old mess hall. Research subjects, 3 archaic personnel who contracted the virus. With every infection, the process, the life cycle of this virus becomes clearer. In addition to the already documented systems, there seems to be some final stage during which the organism fully takes hold. Just before becoming fully catatonic, the infected report strange out-of-body experiences. They've likened these to being chased through a series of their own memories, some kind of mental obstacle course. These reports invariably end in the patient being swallowed by some inescapable dark force, shortly after which relives them for good. If these experiences are, as they seem to be, some form of mental representation of the infection process, we can only theorize as to what might occur were the patient to a state of hallucination. Additional note. Today, Dr. Eminis confided in me that he has just had such an experience. He insists that he feels better than he has in months. I'll keep an eye on it.
My voice was so much awesome. Thank you! I actually really appreciate that. I copied the contents of this note to my notebook. Well, we should probably save. Save before we continue onward. Infected. I'd skipped a beat when I'd heard that word in association with me. Still, it had seemed like just one more reason to find my father. Hearing a friendly voice hadn't hurt either, but by that point, I was pretty sure she'd turn out to be crazy. Well, considering our last voice with an internet connection was Red, yeah, I'd say that's a pretty fair assumption.
If we must continue to share this brain space, I think I should have a name. Strange. So rare an opportunity to select one's own nomenclature, and yet I find myself at a loss. Any ideas, monkey?
I mean, I know what name I'd give you, but I'm not sure it's appropriate for Twitch.
So much storage in this mind of yours. Did you realize you got an entire section in here devoted to film titles? 3,103 and a half films you've seen?
Those are rookie numbers.
You only got the first half of It's a Wonderful Life in here. Huh, how does it end? Now I'll never know. You know, Clarence, that's not a bad handle. I am something of a guardian angel.
Guardian. Sure. Sure. That's a word we've used. It's either locked or jammed shut. Either way, I'm not going to get through. There's something blocking the door on the other side. How much you want to bet most of these are blocked in some way? It's either locked or jammed shut. Either way, I'm not going to get through. I've jotted down a note, just in case. The door won't open. It seems to be connected to that scanner device. Maybe it's a lock. Well, hopefully we don't run into any of the infected roaming around. Storage, machine room, infirmary. Infirmary seems like... It looks like there's some sheet of paper frame behind the glass. Maybe I can get it out. Nothing in here, nothing in here. Always search everything for anything useful in this game. By the way, Azray, maybe you know, what is this thing for? I found it in the kitchen. Not a single clue what it does. Computer Central. Computer Central. I could use some tech help. Savaged, infected, terrified. And now I was hearing voices. Yep, just about everything down here turns out to be crazy. Even me. Regardless, I need to find a way through this into the library. You know what, White Wolf? If there was nothing else that reminded you of Alien Isolation, I think it would be this particular section. Because this looks like something out of a very early sci-fi game.
I remember why you're here. Dr. Swanson has filled me in. I recall every single syllable of our conversation. There was
good memory.
A slight inflection in her tone that suggested she no longer trusted me. Why ever dinosaur extinction 65 million years ago? Would she think that?
Because you're spouting random facts?
We share the same history. You and I are history. I recall the day of my birth, 18th of September, 1964, 3.46993412, recurring minutes past 9. I remember my mother looking surprised as I poked my head out into the world for the first time. You need a security registered palm. Something I can provide. You need it at the library. Something beyond my reach.
Yep.
When I became infected by those mindless zombies, I split off from the others and secured myself here. I cannot leave.
No.
Nonetheless, you will need a hand. I will not. Bring me a saw. I recall seeing one on my first day here. 3 years ago. Climate change of 10 degrees over the past 1 million years. Walk east and take the first door on your right.
The strange artifacts unlocked something, but I never got them all.
He's like you, like us, yet he is not us. Why is he separate and yet we are bound together? Are we truly a we, or are we simply an I with two faces? But I am no monkey.
Well, you are now, Clarence. Welcome to Apehood. Huh. The strange artifacts unlocked something, but I never got them all. Okay. I just kind of found one. I was like, ooh, what's this? The shelves contain various manuals, spare parts, and other computer-related material. Perhaps I can find something that helps me understand how the stuff here works. I did find something, I just don't want to read it yet. Because currently, my goal here, other than progressing through the game, is finding things that are useful. No card was found in slot. Okay, does this open? Yes, it does. It's a refrigerated story. Not needed story-wise, it's like an Easter egg, I think. I like Easter eggs. Easter eggs are the best. Electrical cabinets. This area's complex. Of the complex is using a lot of power. I imagine so. Alright. Oh, that's a good part. Yep. Alright. All of the... This card should fit in that machine I found in the next room, but I don't think this card would be of much use. It's completely fried. Probably spares somewhere. I mean, it's the computer room. Well, maybe not, but I found batteries. Useful batteries that my flashlight finds delicious. Alright. It's a rack of circuit cards. Now let's read that note I found, shall we? Server Installation Guide. The most common cause of frustration during the installation process is the use of incorrectly formatted circuit cards. These ensure boot, network, and interface cards are functioning correctly with the default programs installed before continuing. Required circuit cards. Program count listed in brackets. Boot, 3. Collated basic disk drive and hardware configuration data. Network, 5. Uses advanced communication drivers to allow access to any local intranet or hub network. Comes with the latest security protocols. Carries all programs required in server and file access in addition to high-level direct hardware access. Circuit card compatible programs. Circuit setup. Required installation to get any program running. Disk info setup. Collates disk drive configuration data. Hardware locator. Collects hardware configuration data. Socket protocol. Installs communication drivers. Firewall. Provides protection against invalid access. Antivirus. Provides protection against malicious programs. CMD interface. Installs interface that allows server access. NetLocator. Installs routines required in accessing an intranet. File streamer. Installs drivers for accessing files. Admin tools. Installs tools for direct hardware access. By popular demand, the server no longer requires the latest version of Windows nor to function correctly. I can definitely appreciate that. Alright. I'm assuming we're gonna want to put boot in first. Also fried. Does network work? Or is it also broken? It seems to work, at the very least. Card is damaged and of no use. All three are damaged. Great. Great. And I'm guessing they're all behind that drawer of his in there. Hey buddy, could you maybe hand me the computer parts in there? I need them. I need them bad. Oh, we're actually getting close to the end of stream. At least as far as my time goes. For those of you who are new, I only usually stream for a couple hours at a time. I might do a little bit longer next week just because I'll have a bit more time to do so. Alright. Poker Tour Friday night. What's this? Looks like stuff I don't need. It's a mattress. Nice. Empty storage boxes. Looks like ammunition crates are down here. Maybe it's just my imagination, but I can hear something coming from behind that door. Hearing noises in this game is never a good thing. Machine room. I've jotted down a note, just... Well, we just nearly died. Man, you should... should have so many much... I've been... Like, total or like today? Because if we're talking today, I usually only stream about a couple hours at a time. And as far as total, I've been streaming for about almost 2 years at this point. Heavy security door labeled 3061. There's no visible lock. Total. Yeah, I've been streaming for about 2 years total almost. Canteen. It's either locked or jammed. Either way, I'm not getting through. Alright. Seems as though at this point we're stuck, but we're kind of running out of time. So, we're gonna go back to our little safe zone if we can, and we're gonna close out for the evening. Alright. Save. But yeah, next month it'll have been 2 years thereabout. I should really think of what I'm going to do for that, come to think of it.
I know what I want you to do for it.
What? Alright. So, we're going to exit and go back to my just chatting screen for a bit. I will go over the announcements I went through at the start, just because I know not everyone's here at the start, and we're going to raise out for the evening. So, that was Penumbra Black Plague. We actually got a lot further than I thought. Actually, we got further than I ever have in Black Plague. I've actually beaten Overture before, but I hadn't even reached, like, the main area of the game in Black Plague before. So, as for announcements, Azray, I know you were excited for me to be playing Penumbra today, but we'll be taking about a week's break from that just because since I have a bit more time for streaming next week, we'll be doing 3 streams instead of 2. I'm going to be playing some off-the-wall games that I don't normally have reason to play because they don't fit in with my usual themed polls. But, yes, next week, we are going to be playing... On Monday, we're going to be playing Phoenix Wright for a while, because honestly, I've had that game for years and never actually played it. And I've seen a lot of my friends play it, and it seems rather silly. On Wednesday, we're going to be playing Yakuza 0, because it's a series that is highly recommended to me. And yet again, it doesn't fit in with my typical horror shtick, which is what I usually go for. And then, on Friday of next week, we will be playing Cyberpunk 2077. Which has a very fitting theme for me, just because, well, I do tend to imagine myself a Here's my thing on Phasmo, okay? I enjoy the game, but for me, it is very much a game I play with friends. I'm not normally one to play Phasmo by myself, if that makes sense. Because, for me, part of the fun of it is messing with your friends by making the ghost angry. But yes, we're playing Cyberpunk 2077 next Friday, and I am going to be working on some other content on my YouTube. And as for speaking of content in other places, if you want to keep up with the goings-on here in Corvid Communications Incorporated, you can always join the Discord. We will be delighted to have you. I post everything there first. It's where I post my social links for my video content outside of Twitch first. Yeah, I'll keep following you anyway. Thank you so much! But let's see, what else? Yes, there is my Discord, which I announce everywhere. Which I announce everything first, and generally kind of am a bit more personable, but it's where all of my announcements are heard first. Cyberpunk was created in the same studio that created my favorite game, The Witcher. I actually did know that. I've never actually played The Witcher myself, though. I think I've played a little bit of Cyberpunk, though, come to think of it. I do like the style. In fact, it is one of my inspirations. So, Corvid Communications, the company, exists in a setting that is sort of a mishmash of light cyberpunk without the augmentation, cosmic horror, and urban fantasy. Yes, I have heard good things about The Witcher 3. I just do not own it. I probably should give it a try one of these days, but probably not anytime in the near future. But yes, I'm also working on that song cover for Friends on the Other Side that you've all, yes, voted for. I'm still working on making it. But anyway, I'm going to find us some... Oh, right. One more thing. I also post all of my VODs to YouTube, usually within 1 to 2 days of the stream. So if you missed the earlier parts of this, you can always... Well, you can always watch the VOD here, at least as long as Twitch keeps it. But... Well, my train of thought just left the station. Oh, yes. I keep all my VODs on YouTube because I know Twitch doesn't hang on to them forever. If you ever get the chance to play the Witcher games outside streaming, I highly recommend it. I mean, I definitely will give it a try once I actually get the game. But, let's see, who to raid out tonight? Ooh, Oh, looks like Gel's on, actually. So I'm going to have you raid out to that gelatin robot. They are playing Muck, which is... I'm not actually sure what Muck is. I guess we'll find out. But anyway, before I get that raid set up, thank you everyone so much for watching. And as always, at Corvid Communications, we won't leave you eating crow. Have a good night.